Hey, everybody, welcome in the building. This is Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is our Love and Marriage Huntsville recap day. And listen, guys, as y'all come in the building, because some of y'all hopped the train last night, we're going to have to call security, okay? But listen, as y'all come in the building, don't forget, hit the like button. Thank you, Royer. Choo, okay? Don't forget, hit the like button as you come into the building, okay? And I'm about to board this train. Y'all know what y'all got to do in order for me to board this train. Y'all got to do a what in the chat? Choo. All aboard, everybody. You got to make sure you hit that like button and let me know what ticket number you are, because we're checking tickets, okay? I need you to get on this train because we got a lot to talk about today with Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know what? I interviewed Tiffany on this channel, Tiffany Whitlow, and I fell in love with her. But what the heck is going on with Tiffany? We'll talk about it. And Kiki. That's all I got to say. And you know, Martell on this TV with the foolery. But you know what? I don't feel bad for Shereé because she's with the foolery too. But we'll get into it, okay? That's right. Choo, and put those ticket numbers and I'm going to board this train. Hey, Royer.
Hey, Auntie Diva. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Choo. Ticket number 16 in the building.
Choo. Thanks for being here, Royer, and we're glad to see you. I'm glad you're hanging in there, feeling better, doing better. Yes. We can't wait till you get out. We're praying for you, okay?
Hopefully tomorrow, everybody.
Yes. Hey, Leo.
I think
hey,
she's muted.
Hey, Diva. Hi, Royer.
Listen.
Hi, Leo. Aries Leo.
Choo.
I got my ticket, but I don't know what the number is, but I got it.
Okay.
Y'all hit that like button and choo.
Yes. Hey, Emmanuel. I think might be a delay. Hey, Carrie.
Hey.
Listen.
How are you feeling?
She said, how you feeling, Royer?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm feeling good. How you doing, baby?
I'm good. Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well.
Hello, Carrie.
All is well. I'm glad y'all in the building. Listen, we got stuff to chat about. These reality TV shows, I you know what, all of them. And when I say all of them are a mess, and I don't know how much longer they're going to last because it's messy. But let's talk about this, okay? So Upscale, hold on, guys. I meant to put my phone on silence.
Well, before you get started, Auntie, real quick, I need everybody, if you have not, if this is your first time, we want to welcome you to the Great Train. I need you to hit that subscribe button for Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva, as we are working towards 30,000 subscribers still. We ain't forgot. We have not forgot. but we are still working towards the 30,000 goal. So make sure you tell your friends, your families, and even your enemies to come on over to the Great Train, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't just hit the like button and subscribe. Make sure you're watching the videos, y'all, leaving your comments so that we can keep this train going on a regular basis.
Thank you for that public service announcement. Much appreciated, guys. Okay. Sheila, you want me to review Bell Collector? Everybody's been asking me that. Let me think
Auntie, you
about
might
it.
have to do it. You just might have to jump in where it's at. You might just have to jump in where it's at, and we're gonna ride it out.
Yeah, maybe so, Sheila. But you gotta let me know. Is it better than the rest of these reality shows? Because I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. So let me know. Okay,
Diva, I don't know, Diva. After what I saw last time, I think I cried at the end. I don't know about anybody else, but
Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I mean, Bell Collective. So I don't know. I that was very sad to me what happened at the end.
Well, you to tell they said it's juicy. Okay, I might have to tune in. I maybe have to tune in, but I'm gonna have to catch up. So y'all might have to bear with me if I do.
And then they're gonna have that Love and Marriage Detroit.
Oh yeah, that's coming up.
Let's see how that goes.
Let's see how that goes. So let's get into this Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hey, Dr. Love, nice to see you.
Hey guys. All right, not working today.
Oh, look. All right, now. Well, we're going to get into this. I'm glad you joined the train ride, okay?
Yes.
So listen, guys. Martell is planning his event he's on the cover of Upscale magazine, okay? So he's planning his event. But you know what's so funny? What is interesting to me is whether this relationship was real, not real, or y'all playing it off just for TV, whatever, I'm going to need y'all to take a couple of acting classes and do this better, because he went in and out where Shereé was his guest, she was his date, she was his special friend. It was a whole hot flaming mess. And you can tell at the end, when she came to his house, she was not familiar with his house at all. Because she was like, do you want me to take off my shoes? Like, she was very uncomfortable. Even when they went to hug and all of that, there was no comfort zone there. And my thing is, if you're from out of town, and this is your man, why didn't you spend the night at the house? But we'll get to that, okay? So he's planning his event. And I will say this, I like the venue space. The venue space was really nice. He's planning his event. But again, he can't do nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean zilch without Melody by his side. He was a fish out of water, a whole hot mess. And he couldn't even plan that event without his boo Melody. And that's another reason why he should at least learn how to co-parent. Hey, Nadi, I see you out there. Hey, Obi, I see y'all. Thanks for coming through. You know, everybody, just mute until you I come to you, just so we can lower the background noise. So he was just a fish out of water, a whole hot mess trying to plan his upscale event. Now, this is what's interesting. We had a lunch at Melanie house. It was Mel. Mel wants to be the peacemaker now. I ain't mad at her. Peace is in the air, okay? So it's Mel. She calls Tiffany over, Kiki. And you know what? For whatever reason, they showing a lot more of Nell this season. Maybe they want us to get connected to Nell, okay? So Claire said, I don't really watch this show, just love listening to the thank you, Claire, for being here. We appreciate you.
What I told you, Auntie, I told you this show is better than the actual show that's coming on TV.
Exactly.
I told you that today.
You did tell me that. So, Mel brings them over to the house, and she wants them to have a kumbaya moment, Kiki and Tiffany, okay? So Kiki comes in, Tiffany's there, and Nell is there, okay? And Kiki tries to explain to Tiffany how she didn't mean no harm when she said, your father, I know my father, okay? Girl, Kiki, just apologize and say you was wrong for saying it. Because we know that at the time it was a dig. Okay, don't be peeing on us and telling us it's raining. It was a straight dig, but you want to say that you didn't mean anything by, okay, we're going to move on. So they tried to have a moment there where they all made up, and I was like, okay, whatever, right? Now we have a meeting with Tisha, Kimmi, and Stormy, okay? And so this meeting was a whole hot mess too, because Tiffany, I don't know what is, y'all gotta tell me, what is Tiffany doing? So Tiffany, told who did she tell? She told Kiki, and no, she told Stormy, I take that back, that Tisha can't control her man. She also said that Tisha is just the name on the business so that they can get all the discounts for it being a female run business, and she really is just a figurehead. She doesn't do anything with the business. This thing was a whole hot mess. And she also told Tisha that Tiffany text Kiki when they found out Kiki was going to be on the show as a regular on the show. Tiffany text Kiki saying pretty much, congratulations, this is a good thing. Now, Tiffany, I am giving you the side eye because you act like you didn't know Kiki, didn't like Kiki, but yet you had her number in order to text her to say, oh, you're going to be a permanent person on the show. Congratulations. So let's talk about those three scenes. Martell picking out his event space, Mel having a kumbaya luncheon at her house, and then the outing with Tisha, Kimmi, and Stormy. And Stormy saying she ain't here for no etiquette. She gonna curse and be herself all the time. See, that's where Stormy's gonna mess up. I'm gonna be honest with you. Stormy's gonna mess up there because no matter who you are, you gotta know how to go in and out of different characters, especially if you're running a business. Okay, you can't go in every business meeting talking about, oh, F this, F that, screw this, screw that. No, you gotta know how to put on one hat, take it off, and then put on another hat. So, Stormy, we're gonna need you to get yourself together because I want to see Canvas Beauty succeed. Emmanuel, I'm gonna start down with you.
Let me tell you something, Diva. You're going to have to book another interview with Tiffany so you can ask her what is going on because she has been acting up these few episodes, right?
Yes.
But what was I going to say? I agree with the thing about Stormy because if you take a close look on Mel is like, she can start with the cussing, but she can also really collect herself, speak without a single bad word. So of course that's going to be important because I mean, can you imagine if one of these big name brand stores wanted to partner up with Stormy? She can't be cussing at the meeting.
That part.
But as far as these scenes, let's see. Okay, let me give a public service announcement first.
Mm-hmm.
Please, nobody go to any warehouses and try to submit fake reviews. But this episode made me look at Stormy a little different. She is messy.
Yeah.
She's very messy, and we'll get to the last scene. But yeah, I noticed that. And then as far as Kiki, I like Kiki. So I don't think she meant the dad thing as a dig. I think it just came out wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to defend her, but I can't. That line was a little rough. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Lolo, Kay, you are correct. You have to know how to code switch. Thank you for giving me the words. You have to know how to code switch. Come on, you can't be stupid in these streets. Even when you work at a job, whether you work, and I say this all the time, Target, Walmart, corporate America, the mall, Macy's, or department store, whatever, you got to know how to code switch. You can't be all up in the job talking about, hey, F that, this, that, and the other. Who does that? Where do they do that? Juanita, what are your thoughts?
Well, as far as Martel and Sheree, that's a big rigged up mess. Did you hear him when he said, my friend girl?
Yeah, that part, because Newbie and Mahogany just, because he don't even know what to say about this lie.
Right, and the way that he just left her and the way she was looking so foolish, like, I don't believe he left me here. I don't know anybody here. I'm just here. That's the type of look she had on her face, which
Mm-hmm.
was she just really looked stupid, you know. And as far as these luncheons, these girls, all of them are messy. Each
Yeah.
one of the lunches they have, somebody bringing some mess back to somebody. Now, Tiffany is still a hot, cold mess. She's just as messy as she could be. She run from one to the other, from one to the other, and it's not because she's pregnant. She was like this before. She's still trying to keep her storyline going. And as far as Stormy, she's a beautiful young lady,
Yes.
but that mouth will get
Ooh.
you in trouble. The way that she cursed and carry on, and at that adequate tea, the way she was talking and telling that lady that, well, this is just who I am. Okay, you can't be in a whole boardroom full of people trying to sell your product and then be talking about F this and MF that and this dollar and that. You can't do that. So I don't know about Stormy. I know she's a little messy too, but she needs to tone down. And Kiki, she's just as alley, just as brutal as Miss Wanda. She knew she they cut from the same cloth.
Mm-hmm.
She she knew exactly what she was doing when she said what she said to Tiffany.
Yeah, she did.
She didn't think about it until after somebody may have told her, well, maybe you shouldn't have said that. But she knew what she was doing. She was doing it as a deed.
Yeah, she was. Yes, she
So
was. She
that's
she
it.
so she's one of those people that she's losing her argument, and instead of trying to find her words,
Hmm.
she just goes all the way low. She's like Marlo, and just
Right,
a different
exactly.
level of Marlo. Tiffany is being real messy. Real messy is shocking me. Actually, I'm shocked. She's really making me dislike her even more. Oh, Carrie, what are your thoughts on those three scenes?
Uh, so, you said you like the event space. Well, I mean, I like the space in general. I did not like the decor. I find that most of these events that happen across the housewives and these, this Huntsville whole get up, is just giving me very party city, um, Target. Like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, the most fabulous thing that we've seen, I think, is Candace's wedding. Nene's wedding was absolutely gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
I think the best thing about Martell's party was how Shereé got Tiffany all the way together. Um,
She held her own. She definitely
I,
held her own.
yes, she did. Now I mean, we all know that their relationship is just, it's not real. I mean, I don't even give their relationship any conversation. But I love how she had an answer for her and how she told her, okay, you cheated too, and about how he was going to walk Mel to the car. She said, well, I wouldn't expect anything less. So that was the best thing about that party. Now, as it relates to Stormy, um, I don't think Stormy got to be a multimillionaire by going into boardrooms cursing. I really don't. So I do think she understands the concept of code switching. I think what she was talking about when, as it relates to being herself, is around in the core group of ladies. Like, I'm not going to be somebody else. Like, when I'm around you guys, I just want to be Stormy. But I
Mm,
highly doubt that when she's conducting business, because I see Stormy's products in every store I go in, whether it's Walmart, Target, CVS, they're everywhere already. So that's something that she don't
you're
need to worry
saying it
about.
now. I think Stormy's money came from grassroots hard
Yes,
work
it did.
before she got in the stores, right? I
Yeah.
think that's where her money came from. And if
I
she
mean,
was
but it's been there for a while because my girlfriend, I never knew what canvas, because she's been trying to get me to try it for a couple of years.
uh-huh.
So,
But
and
she's
but
been
she's
around for a while.
yeah, she's my girlfriend's been using it for a couple of years, and she told me how good the products were. Um, but yeah, Kiki, I think, is trying to get her footing still. Um, so when she went sideways on Tiffany, um, you guys kind of know that when things like that happen, production always pulls them back and say you got to fix that. So I think that was one of those moments where when they came back on the following Sunday, because that was real, it looked real pre-produced. Like, how you just ripped her head off and now all of a sudden y'all good again. And then the next scene, now they upset again. But I guarantee you next Sunday they'll be good again. It's like, I'm over it. I just,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know
know,
what
man.
though? If Stormy knew how to code switch, she wouldn't be on this show destroying her reputation.
Diva, forgive me. What exactly are her products?
She has hair products.
Canvas Beauty.
Yeah, she has a whole
Oh,
line of,
okay.
yeah,
And it's a big thing with now, in the African American community with growing your hair, and
yeah.
everybody
Mhm.
swears they have an oil that will take your hair from concept to like on the floor,
To
like
10
dragging on the
inches.
floor, right? um
But
so
that's what she started with. She
yeah.
started with that oil that she made at home, and that's what
Oh.
took her. She went viral with that, and now she just
Mhm.
has a whole line. Now she has skincare products, like something for your skin, like some type of body butter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's her new thing that's going viral. Um, but I still give you a little pushback on that because if that was the case, then all these women is acting a pure clown. So it would seem that all their reputation and all their businesses will be on the line because they're all
right
cursing,
Ken,
they're all fighting, they're
right
all
Right. But let me tell you the difference is Stormy's brand was before Love and Marriage Huntsville. A lot
mhm,
of them, they start their brand once they get on the show. Let's be
yeah.
clear. This is no shade. This is just keeping it 100.
Hmm.
She by Shereé is nothing. And the
Girl, I
minute
almost spit my smoothie out.
the minute Shereé is no longer on the show and relevant like that, I'm not even sure she's going to sell a product. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
You mean she by Shin?
Right.
Yeah.
And then also with Monique Samuels. I really there's things I like about Monique. I'm gonna say that. And the fact that Monique is vegan, Monique's skin is flawless
Hmm.
without a piece of makeup on it. So to me, all the products that she has probably really does work, and she has a bigger word that she can be spreading out her mouth. But I'm gonna be honest with you, now that she's not in front of the face of anybody, and she split the people half and half about ticking them off. And I think even the people that were on her side, that one season she did on Love and Marriage DC, she they left her. So her products aren't selling like that. So my thing is, you have a huge opportunity when you get the privilege to be on these shows like that, and you can't miss it. Now I'm gonna tell you who's very fortunate. Melanie is, because the fans love her. The ones that love her are 10 toes down,
Yeah.
and you don't see her. You see her have emotional moments, but you don't see her just on purpose trying to be nasty to someone and getting in their face and all of
Yeah.
the cursing or whatever. You have an image you have to uphold, and your image will follow you. And these people, these brand people, they watching to see who can sell my product and who can I get. Do you really think they want somebody that's a F you, F this, F that, and that's who I am?
Right.
They'll take Melanie before they take her. I know I would for my product,
Right. That's
because
true.
that's not who I want to represent my product. Dr. Love, what are your thoughts on those first three scenes?
Okay. So for the all three of them, one, two, and three, they were all fake. And this is where everyone is talking about how reality TV is becoming so fake. So we're gonna start with Shereé and Martell. How they don't know how to hug, kiss, work the room together. They don't even know how to act to get each other money. And then for Tiffany, I feel bad for her for coming for Shereé. I could have told her, do not come for somebody who is seasoned 10 years or more in the game and on reality TV, and you're trying to come to her talking about, oh, You want to be with the man cheated? She could have read you even worse, but she kind of saved you because she know the show knew. But if you would have came over there to Roa, honey, she would have read you and it would have been a whole fight almost. So that's that. And then I'm gonna move to Kiki. It's like there's a lot of phoniness there because if you think about it, one moment she was going or she went with Tiffany um to help find the father. So for her to do that, you guys have to be mighty close or close, or you Melody or all y'all have been talking in rooms, and you could tell by all the one moment we cool, one moment we not, that you and Kiki are cool. Kiki and Tiffany, they both do not know whose side to be on. And I think somebody did talk about how these reality shows keep getting all these clicks. And when they click up, it put people like Tiffany and Kiki in the middle to say, where do I go? Who team am I on? What do I do? What storyline do I want to have? So it makes it really hard because Tiffany can have her own storyline with her being pregnant, with her having a good husband, this, and that. But she's so in the middle of, should I be with Mel? Should I be over here with Tisha? Whose side am I on? Last year she was, to me, seemed like on Tisha them side. This year seemed like she trying to be on Mel's side. So that's all the fakery with that. And then what was the last one? You say the last
No, we
um
just did the lunch that Melanie had with Tiffany, Kiki, and Nell.
Right. So that's what I'm talking about. Them two trying to be on Mel's side this year. So maybe Mel can have somebody to film with.
Mm,
And once again, they in the middle. And y'all go over here this luncheon. Kiki, you meant what you said.
mhm.
And like everybody said, you just should apologize and kept it moving. And yeah, somebody then got in Tiffany ear. I don't know if it's Mel or production, and it told her, you gotta bring it, or you gotta do this or do that, because a lot that she's doing is not even her personality.
It
So
doesn't seem, it seems off, right? It seems
it
like it's
seems forced.
It seems
Mm-hmm.
forced. You just said
Mm-hmm.
it. Obi,
Yep.
thank you for the super chat. Y'all tried it though, because y'all ripped Tiffany apart at the comment section when she interviewed on this channel. She must have read them and she's activated. Now see what y'all went and did. Obi, don't blame it on the don't blame it on the peoples now. Don't blame it on the peoples. And
Right.
I'm shocked that she's putting out this energy while being pregnant. Um,
Right.
it's
Right.
just crazy to me. It just a check couldn't be worth that much to me that I
Right.
be putting that energy out there, especially when she came here and said that she has so many great initiatives that she has to go and ask people money for to give money towards these initiatives. Why would you want them to see this part of you? Leo, what are your
Right. Oh,
thoughts?
you know what? One other thing. I did not speak on Stormy. I, from the beginning, really like Stormy,
Mhm.
but she is going to mess up her brand. And what
Mhm.
she don't understand, most people come on TV to get branded, to get what she has, and
Yes.
everybody like her personality. But with $1 million company like she has, or more, you in 4 or 5 stores already, it's not fitting. It is not fitting. And I'm waiting for that moment for somebody to report her to Target, as we call it, Target, Walmart, any of these stores, and game gonna be over for her. Game will be over, and she gonna have to ask herself, was it worth it? Is Love and Marriage Huntsville paying you the type of money that your brand paying you? And never in life will they, because you built that from the ground. It's like a baby for you. It's happiness. It's much more than money, and she don't see that. She do not see that. She want to be on TV too bad. Bottom
And I'm
line.
shocked. And I heard, I don't know how true it is. I heard she was trying to get on multiple shows before Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
also heard that her husband did not really want to do this.
Yep.
Sometimes we got to listen to the man God connected us with.
Yeah, because he know how she is. He know how she is behind those closed doors. And now she's out in the front and doing what she do behind those closed doors. And he already knows you're about to mess our legacy up, because this not just about you now. Y'all have a child too. Yeah, Stormy, somebody better get her. PR, whoever, somebody needs to get her.
And mama
She
ain't
she
helping.
talked
That's
about
it.
that.
That's
She
all.
talked about that on Carlos's show because he had her on there, but it was from the perspective of because there's this huge thing on all these reality shows because everybody wants to say who brought whom on the show,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a notch in their belt to say no, I brought you on the show. So there was some back channels behind that, so that's where that was coming from. So she explains how she even got on the show, where she was living, geographically to Huntsville at the time, and why she wasn't even on Huntsville at the time, and why her husband didn't want to film, and how. So she was very honest about that. So she did say that. She said her husband didn't want to do it.
Yeah, because he know her personality, and he
I mean,
always
I don't
checks
look.
her.
I'm not here to say any of that. I'm not about what go on in that closed doors, child. I'm
But you
just
can
saying.
tell
She
by the
said,
way he checks her every now and again.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
with the baby situation, he gives her that
right.
look like, shut it down. Don't ever try to play me on this TV because I go all the way left with you. You could tell from the way he looks at her.
Yeah, you could tell but sometimes like if you God gave you a mate with some common sense, why don't you
Right,
roll with that? You gotta listen
right.
to
Right.
Leo. What are your thoughts?
I'm right there with the other person that just spoke. She is right. Everything seems so forced and fake and phony and over the top and extra and doing too much, putting 20 on 10 with Kiki, and I just can't. Stormy, I just can't. Tiffany, I can't. So I'm gonna go ahead on and give my time to somebody else. I enjoy the panel and I enjoy everybody's perspective. Love and Marriage Huntsville used to be my show
Yeah.
until I got fed up with Melody and what his name is, Martell. It's just too much. I cannot. It's stressful dealing with them, but I enjoy this. So the next person, thank you so much.
Thank you, Roya. You're gonna go in 1 second, Obi. Obi, I agree with you. Sheree handled that well. She proved how much an OG she is with the bounce back. She did. She did. Sheree
Oh,
got
I
that
didn't see that.
recovery. She got that recovery in her. Recollected the details accurately to take back to Martell. I agree. She also let Tiffany off the hook easy. I think a lot of people are letting her off the hook because she pregnant.
But she did say that though, Diva. She said
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
She
because
said
she
I let
pregnant.
her. Yeah, she said I let her off the hook. And
Yeah,
then you remember what's the name said at the professional? She's like, I don't think that's a good idea because Sheree have been known to snatch a wig off.
yeah, she sure did. She sure did. Yeah,
That's what I said. If they was on Roa, it'd have been something different.
yeah.
Pregnant and all.
Yeah. Roya, what are your thoughts? You on mute, babe.
Sorry.
Okay, you okay?
Okay, so we started off. I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me. My memory. We started off with Melanie in the house, right?
Yeah, Melody was in the house with
With
Tiffany
having the
and
peace
Nell.
brunch. Okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
So Melanie's friend. I guess they're trying to shove her in our face. I guess they're trying to make her a part of the cast. And you know, she seems like Melanie's little side person,
You talk
whatever.
about Nell.
Yes, Nell, yeah.
Miss Nell. Miss Nell.
Miss Nell been around for a while, but you know what though? She wasn't. They would give us to us in little
Bits and
sprinkles.
pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
to me, whatever they came on, it
Uh-huh.
was giving like I'm Mel's lapdog, and whatever Mel needs, I'm here to do it because Mel needs somebody to film with. Mel doesn't have any friends, and so I'm gonna be that friend. I'm gonna step up, da 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 da. So
Yes.
me personally, I didn't feel like it was necessary for her to be here because the drama was really between Tiffany and Tisha's cousin, whatever her name is. Um, and I felt like that meeting needed to be had. There was some conversations that needed to be had with Tisha, not Tisha. What's her name?
Kiki.
Kiki. With
Kiki.
Kiki and Tiffany. You know, Tiffany just Tiffany has this desire to just want to always be in something, in my opinion. And
Mhm.
so she inserts herself, but then once you insert yourself, you get yourself too far in, and then you don't know how to get out of what you got into. And so it's just always funny to me how she tries to play off like she's so innocent, like, oh, I wasn't meaning it like that. I didn't mean to do it like that. Like, no, ma'am. I love that Mel is trying to be the peacemaker, but honey bun, I need you to make peace with Stormy as well before you try to make, be the peacemaker of somebody, because you can't be the example of something that you're not doing, boo. So it was nice that you was giving and trying to, be the mother of the group, but mothers got to, show the example for others to follow. So, that was nice. I don't feel like it was really anything accomplished between Tiffany and old girl, because Tiffany is just not willing to accept the part that she played in it. You was messy, you was wrong, and you need to stop. Like, stop inserting yourself in people's business that don't have nothing to do with you. And then what scene did we go to after that?
And then it was Tisha, Kimmi, and Stormy.
Wait. Messy, messy, messy. Now it's so funny to me how Stormy can call Tiffany messy, but you're just as messy as Tiffany, because you definitely came back and repeated everything and then some of your conversation with Tiffany. And I don't feel like that was necessary, because in my opinion and from my eyes, Tisha and Stormy are really not like that close to me for you to be running back and being like, ooh, girl, like this is what happened, And I did not, in my opinion, I didn't like the fact how what's my Kimmi? She just kind of sat there and allowed the instigation to continue. Like, I'm kind of tired of Kimmi. You too old to just allow this mess to continue going on. It's like one episode you want everybody to get along and be on one accord, but then in the next minute you want everybody to be messy and falling out. Like, choose this day what you gonna be and be that, ma'am. Like, if you're gonna be the mother of a group and then want everybody to be on one accord, do that. If you want everybody to fall out and be messy, let that be. But this back and forth, I cannot. I thought it was very inappropriate, for Tiffany to be butting her business into Tisha and Marcel's situations as far as their business. Because last I checked, just last season, you and your husband was having issues with work balance and life balance and children balance. So how can we talk about somebody else and you was doing with the same thing? And as Tisha said, allegedly, you got some stuff going on over in your house too. So you might want to stop throwing them stones before your glass fall apart. Yeah, interesting scenes. Did you talk about another scene? I'm sorry.
No, no. You're good. You're good. We got some other people that joined the train ride, and thank you. A couple of people saying, well, Cardi B was messy on TV for years, and she still is able to sell her stuff and do whatever. But see, the thing is, you got to understand, different levels require different things.
Cardi was young and dumb.
Yeah,
but she connected to the young and dumb, and that's why she was able to get as far as she did. These people too old.
Right.
That part.
And she came out the same way. Like when she was on the Love and Hip Hop, she was hood. Then when she put out her music was hood. Her brand is that.
It's hood.
So she did not come out any other kind of way. That's why I love Cardi. Right. Can't tell you no songs she got out now, but I like me some Cardi.
Right.
So wait, Lorraine gave us a good example though. Cardi B lost the McDonald's ad because of how she carries herself. So there's consequences to what you do. So I got some new people in the building here. E, what are your thoughts?
Hey, E.
Hey everybody. So I didn't get a chance to see the episode. I only saw some clips, and so I don't know if we talked about the scenes that I came in on. Did we get to the party yet?
No, we didn't. I'll come back to you when we get to the party.
Well, hold on. Let me say before you move forward, because that's the biggest thing I want to talk about. Also, Roya, get well soon, baby. I am so tired of that hospital, but I want you to come home when you're good and ready. I love you. But before you proceed forward, I want to talk about something when I first joined, I heard, and it was about the branding.
Yes.
Diva, you mentioned that, people are more likely to be a purchaser of Mel's products and anything that she's putting out. I feel like they've anchored this show and they've edited it in such a way that Mel gets a favorable edit. Now, some of us can still see through the cow manure, myself being one of them, Diva yourself being one of them, and many others on this. I think, who is my girl up top? Leo is one of them too. However,
Yeah.
and there are many others, those are just the three that stand out to me. But when Stormy came on this show, she was introduced as, correct me if I'm wrong, she was introduced as Mel's friend.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And to
Right.
me, anybody who comes on as Mel's friend, you should automatically know your days are numbered because
Oh,
Mel gets into it with every female she keeps close. She's going to keep
As
you close so
Martell
that she
told
can
us.
throw you under the bus sooner or later. If you wanted to, anybody who wants to get onto this show, anybody listening who's trying to get onto a reality show, never come on as the friend of the fan favorite. If you want to be likable, you need to anchor yourself next to somebody people already can't stand. You should have been friends with Tisha because we already know she's a dummy. So you would have been the smartest one in the room, Stormy. That could have been your ace boon coon. You
Right.
already know we don't like Tiffany. That should have been the person who you said, okay, I want to be that person's friend. Let me come on with them because that would have made you look great. You can't stand next to somebody who is getting a favorable cut and
Have
think you're going to get
greatness.
one too because they're going to need, in order to make them look good, they need someone who they can make look bad. Okay. The second part to that is, oh crap, I forgot my point. Um, so talked about that. That's why I cannot remember my second point. So I'm going to release my time until we come back and talk about the scene that I did see.
okay,
Could I
sound.
chime in and just say that I agree with you, but the main thing with Stormy, she almost could have been a star. She just did not know how to move when she got on this show. She
Mhm.
don't have it. She don't know how to move, and that's her problem.
I but see, the reason I disagree because somebody just brought up Cardi B, and I'm like Kenya Moore. I love articulate women. I know Stormy has her accent, and I know Stormy can be a bit rough, but I think those are qualities that can be redeemable because people love a success story. But although she could use a bit of polish, she gave us breathing room for her to build up to be something great. I don't feel amongst this cast of women that she has any room to be anything more than what she is because Mel is already at the head and she's not going to let anybody surpass her. That's by any means necessary. And Tisha, by default, is number two in command. If you were looking at the rankings of these women, people love Kimmy, but we know Kimmy's always going to come in lukewarm. I just think that Stormy has much more to offer, and it's clear that she was willing to get this fame is more important to her than to be successful in a silent capacity. And it could be her undoing, but because we know what Cardi B has done, you're coming in as a stripper, you're coming in as a harlot. You've done things to men and gotten their money. I ain't mad at you, but and we know the type of music you make. You're not the most honorable, but you see how she parlayed that. She went into politics. She got these marketing campaign deals. She has an infectious personality. And I think Stormy has an infectious personality too. I just don't think within these contrived situations we get to see that because she's on defense. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I'm gonna bring the other people in the building, but I want to say to speak to what you're saying. The problem with Stormy, she's going backwards. The thing with Cardi B, she went forward. So Cardi B came up there ratchet, this, that, and the other, but she grew from that point. Cardi B also said, if you watch that show, I used to watch Love and Hip Hop, but again, it was one of the ones that I got tired of. When you watched it, she said, I'm not going to be here long. This girl had a plan and she manifested, okay? And she told Mona Scott, you could kiss my behind. I'm not going to stand for these pennies, so to speak, okay? Because I know I'm worth more than that. So Cardi B had a plan, she manifested it, and she is rising above the point from where she was at. And with Stormy, what I see is she's reverting back or she's staying where she's at. It's like, I'm hood, that's who I am, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Girl, you above that.
But Diva, did Cardi really rise above it? She was just in court last year about the girls who she had jumped on at the bar. Uh,
She that is everything you're saying is true, but I will say this: from where she was, she did somewhat rise above it, and I feel like Stormy is going backwards. Stormy is in reverse to me, and Cardi B is in forward. And the other thing with Cardi B is that she is another one where I don't want to go too far off the track, but a lot of these first generation wealth, they have so much on their back because they're paying for everybody in the family. And so they have so much they have to do. They have to worry about keeping up a certain level because all of these people are dependent on them. Then they have to worry about this, that, and the other. All my basic thing with Stormy is because you have this business. See, Cardi B is in business. Stormy has a business. So Cardi B, she does her music. And most of her brands are not things that she's creating herself. It's collaborations with McDonald's, collaborations with a sneaker, collaboration with whatever. Stormy owns her business. It's a difference. But we can talk about, let
Diva,
these,
don't you think?
Let me hold on. I got two other people that just came in the building. In my opinion, and then I'm going to come to you, LB. What are your thoughts?
Hey Diva, how you doing today? Okay, so for me, this is my thing. I think two things can be true at the same time. Okay. I think when we're talking about Stormy, we got to remember that she already had her business. It was already successful before she got on the show. So I feel like Stormy has been playing catch up in a sense. First she came on here and she was talking about her business, but then it became this beef with her and Mel. And it feels like that has taken her out of her element of being that boss woman that we saw her come in as. You know what I'm saying? Like somehow that has tripped her up. And I need Stormy to put on her big girl panties and quit crying all the time. I need her to show that she's this multi-millionaire, because looking at her, we can't tell you a multi-millionaire. But baby, if you look at the facts, baby, she's the most successful out of all of them. Okay, bringing in 9 million last year, that's a big accomplishment. So she shouldn't let nobody get her off track. She shouldn't be stumbling like she is, but she's stumbling because these girls, they play tit for tat so much, and she's trying to get in that. She should be at the leader table talking about no, this how you lead. And I need Stormy to put on them big girl panties and say, hey, this how you lead. And I just think she hasn't had nobody around her to push her to say, this is how you need to lead. This is how you need to go into a business meeting. This is how you need to run your business. Her husband has slacked off on her. Her mama too busy in the Facebook groups to even, pay attention to her. This girl all out there on her own. She needs somebody behind her to help her motivate her to get her business to going even more.
She need a good mentor.
Yeah, she needs a really good mentor. Somebody that's going to help her go to that next level, because she can be so much more than what she is right now.
Exactly.
Lady T, what do you mean? You're blocked by who? I don't know what you mean by you blocked. You gotta let me know. She does, but to your point, you think you're going to get it with this ratchet attitude on TV?
Well, see, this the thing. Your ratchet attitude, you could have a ratchet attitude and still make it big in this business. She got to know how to finesse that thing. If this is how you come up, this is how you come up. But you got to also know how to be a businesswoman. And I think that's where she's slacking at. Like, we got to think about it, Diva. She learned all her stuff on her own. She started this stuff on her own.
In my opinion, I agree with you, right? But let's do something here. You got to grow.
Exactly. At some point, she needs somebody behind her to say, look, this is how you need to show up when you're showing up in a business meeting or in a business setting. If you finna sell yourself, you got to sell yourself home.
Lady tried to tell her, and she said she's good.
Well, this is the thing. That lady at that tea party, let me tell you something. I would have told her I'm good too, because let me tell you, she was so bougie and everything. This the thing, okay? I don't need you to come try to tell me how to have manners. That's what your parents supposed to teach you, okay? I don't need nobody to come try to teach me how to have manners. But yeah, that's fine. I mean, but Diva, you already know if you grown, you grown. Ain't no somebody come tell you something you doing wrong, you gonna tell them the same thing. Good push rocks, okay? I've been this way for I
No,
don't know
but
how many
see,
years.
that's the thing though, and
That's
that's
the
why
problem.
like
The
a
word
lot of people.
constructive.
Wait, hold on,
But then you gotta think about it. She
hold on,
don't
guys. Hold on, guys. LB, I'm coming to you. Hold on 1 second. See, that's the difference with me.
she don't trust the messenger. I
I,
don't
I
blame her.
but see, that's the difference with me. Whether I could be 99, if you telling me something that makes sense, I can
Mm-hmm.
connect with it and
That's
go
her
on the
problem.
right track.
That's
So
her
my thing
problem.
is, if you always think, if first of all, anybody in business will tell you, and just in life, if you the smartest one in the room, that's problematic already because you're not going to grow.
Right.
Mhm.
So if you are the richest one in the room, that's problematic too, because then that means you're not going to even expand upon your financial status. So here's the thing. This woman, and sometimes when people are delivering a message, maybe every part is not for you, but there could be a part that is, but you got to
Exactly.
be open-minded to understand it, recognize it, and catch the message. So that lady could have
Taking a
been
good
bougie.
word.
Yeah, that lady could have been bougie all day long. But if you would have just hold on for 1.2 seconds and
Mm-hmm.
understand the bigger message of what that woman was saying, you cannot. This Stormy needs a warehouse, and she needs the wherewithal and the person that can tell her how to automate that situation and run the warehouse. When you sitting on TV, and this was not good for her brand either. When you sitting on, it made for good TV, but it wasn't good for her brand. When you
Mm-hmm.
sit on TV saying you're behind in orders,
Right.
Yeah.
you got to make that make sense. So you
Right.
got an Amazon out there that is blowing stuff out the water.
Yep.
This man is worth $139 billion. Girl, you gotta be smarter than that. Rise up, rise above. Let me tell you, when I first worked in corporate America, I got a mentor, still my mentor till this day. Told me how to dress, how to turn my situation around. You can't get anywhere if you don't know where you're going and you don't walk the right path. You can be smart and have everything, but if you don't look the look, walk the talk, and do the thing, you will never
Exactly.
bypass a certain level. So you foolish. She can have, I don't know what her business is worth, but that thing she could be raking in billions because the hair care industry is $1 billion industry.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly, Diva. And as far
I
as
think
the
she's gonna do it.
as
I
far
really
as
think she's gonna do it. I don't think her husband, for one, I don't think it's fair to say that because I hear on Shark, I watch Shark Take all the time, right? So I hear even Mark Cuban go into his businesses and say how far behind a lot of his businesses are on shipping, and that doesn't tarnish his brand. It just means that okay, she just got to turn some things around, and maybe she's gonna do it. But I don't think her husband is going to allow their business to take like that. I really don't.
yeah,
So
and as far as the
yeah.
etiquette thing, if your
Mhm.
mama don't teach you, someone in the world's gonna teach you.
It, and
Coming
wasn't that
from
the
the mouth,
purpose?
hold on 1 second. Coming from the mouth of a babe. You know what, Emmanuel? You done said that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And you know, pops will say that all the time. If you don't check your kid, uh,
Mm-hmm.
somebody else will.
Else will.
But hold on 1 second. I need to let LB in this conversation. You're in the building. What are your thoughts?
Hi, everyone. Well wishes, Royale. Hope you have a successful recovery. Miss you much on your feet, but I'm still glad that you're speaking and talking well. So bring it through, baby. Bring it through. Love, power, and Okay. So I don't want no one to think that I'm bashing Stormy because I'm not. Stormy came on to the scene behind. She came onto the scene lacking a lot of things in her business, but she says she's a business person. One thing I know from business, my mom was a auditor for the state of Illinois. My mother had tons of small businesses. Again, I'm going to piggyback something you said, Diva. If you want a successful business, you can't be the smartest person in the room. You need to find the smartest person in the room that is good at what they do. That's why it's called delegate. You delegate assignments to people that know how to get the job done and execute your vision. That is considered as a business team. She doesn't have a team. One more other thing, I'm gonna piggyback off of what Michael Jordan said. He stated he wasn't the good looking guy in the room. He wasn't the most suave person and all this other stuff. But what he did, he had etiquette.
Mm-hmm. Come on
He
now.
brought he brought everything to him. So therefore, when he was in the room, he knew how to sit down, hold a fork, what cup is for what. He knew how to talk. He listened. He didn't jump up, and he knew what words to say. However, nevertheless, can get you far. You could be ugly, you could be dumb, you could be whatever. But having nice etiquette skills will get you far.
Come on.
And
Exactly.
trust me about that. Trust me.
Come on.
That's one. Two, you can't mix family with business. Because
Nope.
at the end of the day, niggas and figures don't add up. And I'm sorry to say that. Okay? Niggas and figures don't add up. So therefore, you need to figure out something what else to do. If you have to call a staffing agency in to pick, pack, and pull,
You better
that's what you
say
need
it.
to do.
You
If you
better
need
say
to
that.
Google and find out the best POS system that can get that stuff automated out your warehouse or however you need to do it, then that's what you need to do. You need to find you a logistics coordinator that know how to get that stuff picking, packing it out the door. She doesn't want to do that. She feel that her and her family can do it all, but you can't. And again, one thing I learned about what was her name? What was that cook lady name in Georgia? She was
Paula
on the
Deen.
cooking Paula Dean. She lost Walmart. Why did she lose Walmart? Because she was somewhere. They was filming. People was filming because now these days cameras is everywhere. And she said the wrong thing at the wrong time. Walmart pulled everything underneath her. Then
Every
after that, J.C. Penney's left. After that, Sears left. You can't find Paula Deen stuff nowhere but on her personal website. So again, eyes is watching. When they say Big Brother is out, Big Brother is out. So for me, it's sad that she went on this platform and didn't utilize it what it was for.
come on.
Love Huntsville was to show Black excellence, to show people that is out here being entrepreneurs that can make it. Went from the bottom to the top, and they supposed to be showing us we here. However, nevertheless, they showing me that. Well, I don't live like, but they show me I can go to the city and be just the common person. I don't want to watch that. For me, I want to watch something that where I can learn in business or, oh, okay, give me some ideas. Mel is the only one that's moving.
That part.
Again, I understand it's edited, but every time she in the scene, she's marketing herself. Mel is always etiquette. One thing you can't probably stand the way she moved, but you gotta give her props to say she gonna
Fact.
promote her business.
Fact.
She gonna get herself out there. And one thing, she's nice, nasty. She gonna tell you about yourself, but she gonna smile with it. And folks be like, "Did she throw me an eclipse?"
That part.
That's why Mel is likable.
She.
Stormy is hood.
That
I
part.
get it. I get you, but you can't translate. There's no language from hood to the boardroom.
It's not. Come on
She
now.
don't know how to pull it back. She don't know how.
Well,
Hey,
she
wait,
never did. She
LB,
never did.
and let me just LB, let me add to your part of your conversation there. Chrissy Teigen, John, what's his name? John Legend's wife. They
Yep, that's
wipe
another one.
her stuff clean at
Mm-hmm.
every store. Macy's is a department store in Jersey. I don't know how many you have Macy's, but they have this thing called Backstage. It's where they put all their discounted stuff.
And
Toys
they threw all her stuff back there.
all of her stuff, Chrissy Teigen's pots, pans, whatever, was in Backstage, and now you can't find nothing of hers in the store.
Because
So
of that mouth.
because
Right.
boom, that's
Yeah.
what we're talking about. So for
Yeah.
Stormy to sit there and say, I like to be ratchet and hood girl.
On Target,
Please.
I know for a fact because my best friend is a district manager for Target in 2 states. However, nevertheless, you can find Stormy stuff for $2.99 since this show came on. Again, Big Brother is watching.
Mm-hmm. And
Big
as far
Brother is
as that,
watching. And my thing is this. Also, I'm a consumer. So for me to go out and work 12 and 14 hours a day, you think I'm gonna put my dollar behind somebody that's cussing out an older lady and someone trying to give you constructive criticism, and constructive criticism to the panel and to everybody that's in the chat is not bad. Constructive mean
right,
what? Let's break down that word.
right,
Constructive means to build up, not to tear down. So if Diva, she didn't check me a couple of times while I've been on here. However, nevertheless, I said, I gotta give her props. Like I said, Diva, you right about that. I see where you going. Thank you for that. That's the bottom
mm-hmm.
line.
Yeah.
Say thank you. God bless you on your journey. Take the learning and keep it moving. That's all she
Mm-hmm.
has to do. But she put her business, her livelihood, and her whole family in jeopardy over something that she want to be. Stardom, this fame is like heroin. It is a drug.
Yeah.
And
It's
you gonna
sad.
waste everything on nothing. And again, to piggyback what you say, Diva, Carly came into this with a plan.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Stormy did not.
That part. Woo. Woo.
She
And
did not.
again,
She
we had
losing money. She
right.
losing money every which way she go, and she got a $5.5 million lawsuit now because people they trying to get out her contracts. So evidently, she might have made $9 million, but then again, be realistic on how much she finna pay out.
And you know what? I want to see her win. But you know what they say: a man without a plan, you might as well plan to fail. You know what? I do believe this, Ari, that Diva, you should get Stormy on for an interview. She won't come. So and the reason why I'm telling you she won't come, because what happens is I think all of these stars, and not just reality stars, if you're not yesing them to death,
Mm-hmm.
they do not want to come to you because all they want to hear is how they're doing everything well. And I usually don't in my interviews. I really don't get down with that. I like to get to know the person. And that's why from the interview, I fell in love with Tiffany. What I'm seeing now on the
Me
show,
too.
I do not like.
She brought it. She brought it this episode because you know what? She asked the questions that the viewers want to know. Hey,
Yeah,
how
but
did you do Martell?
she was being messy.
She was being intrusive and she was being a little messy. It was her delivery. I give her that. But I appreciate her bringing the questions to the table.
But who's
And a
going to
little
know that?
inappropriate.
No, but
We
that's
already knew
not.
those answers to
This
those
her thing.
questions.
That's not
Okay,
her place.
A
That was
little
not her
vulgar.
place. And
okay. So
if we gonna hold Stormy to that same condition that she needs to know her how to speak and know her place, then Tiffany need to also know her space and everything. And that's not. She didn't act like a woman that I would want to be around me neither.
Wait a minute. I didn't know we were talking about that scene. Did we get to that scene yet?
we did. Let me come to it. Hold on one second. Diva, she says Stormy issues. She wants to be accepted. That's another problem too. I do feel that way about Stormy. Like she wants to be accepted. But honey, accept yourself. Accept yourself. And don't put your business on the line. And listen, let me tell you something. I want to see Stormy win with this business. I hope that someone that is in the position is watching and will reach out to her and help her save this thing and recover it and turn everything around. I
And
do
tell
not
her to get off that show.
and tell her to get off the show, right? But like you can't be addicted to fame. Why do you need? If I had a business where nobody needed to know my name and I was in the streets winning, I don't need to be on nobody's reality TV show. And let's be clear, OWN does not have Bravo money, so I would definitely not get on OWN. Bravo would have to call me, and it would have to.
Well, let's back that up. OWN do have that money because OWN is owned by Discovery, and Discovery owns everything. So yeah, they got that money, but they don't go.
They're not giving out the money though, like Bravo is.
Yeah, that's true.
Because what's the name? The Tylers told us when they came on this show. They said it's not own money, it's not Bravo money. And that Carlos is playing games with the contract. So what he does is he split up the season so you don't have a chance to renegotiate your money. It's 2 seasons for us, what it seems like, but he's making it 1 season where he splits it and we see part of the season the first half of the year and the second part of the season the next half of the year. And then the reunion.
That's another thing. Carlos is messy.
That part.
He messy boots. So what do you expect? That's
So
why
is he messy or is that business? Come on, be real. Is
That's
that
messy.
business or is that messy?
Because you messing with people money, you messing with people.
They don't
lives.
have to do that. They stop. Come on now. Is that business or is that messy?
That's messy.
So okay, so hold on. Let me add in the other scene, and then we'll end this thing with Carlos King. But I gotta say, it's messy. When what I don't understand, I call.
Can I say something, Deidre?
Yes, you can, Dustin. But give me 1 second. I call it black on black crime. When we get the opportunity to be in a position to do something, we get mad at the others for so-called quote unquote doing us dirty and not paying us right. But then when we get in the opportunity in the position, we dog our own people out ourselves. Mona Scott King, okay?
Come on.
What's the name? She's married to the pastor now, but basketball wives. I mean,
Shawnee
O'Neal. Oh, Shawnee O'Neal.
We can list the people and run them down. So as much as people want to talk about Andy Cohen and Bravo, Andy Cohen has paid the people hand over fist in comparison to the others paying their own people. So it's going to be messy. I think it's straight up messy. When you want to have 1 season and split it into 2, I think it's straight up messy. When you want to pit these people against each other, I think he does just as much dirt as any of the other ones, or even worse, to drag these people down for filth. And my thing is, Carlos, you got the opportunity to put your people out there and have them uplifted, but you just in the gutter with the rest of them, and you got the nerve to be worried about how Roa has these bad storylines or whatever. And I really think that the only reason why Carlos is running his mouth, I feel like he feels if he tears everything down on Bravo, people are going to have no choice but to watch
his show.
But you should be doing it the other way around. You should be making your show so good that it drags the people over to own instead of trying to tear somebody down. But I got off the track a little bit. Let me get back on the track and let's talk about these end scenes. The end scenes, right? The end scenes was the upscale party. And Shereé walked in the building. You know, Shereé is a smart ditzy. That's what I'm going to get to her. Because she handled Tiffany well, okay? Really well. And so Tiffany at that upscale party was a whole hot mess to everybody that she spoke with. And I'm really not understanding how she's moving. And I don't know why she's moving like that with the baby in her belly. And they're alluding to the fact that there's something more to Tiffany and Lou's relationship, and they're trying to let her know, tread lightly before we put your business on the streets. So I did catch that. I don't know if y'all caught that, okay? And then we got, you know,
I caught that.
Now we got Tiffany coming over. Calling Shereé over, talking about, can I talk to you? Okay. Talking about, you know, how do you feel being a cheater? Are you putting it down with Martell like that sexually that you think he wouldn't go back? Tiffany, you being hecka messy. And she's going to back herself in the corner where she's going to end up having nobody to film with either. So somebody, in my opinion, put the battery pack in her. I don't know who did it, but I gotta say to Tiffany too, is it worth it? Really? And so then we end up with Shereé, and they told on themselves. So Carlos is so smart. He want to talk about made up storylines. He's so smart. What they should have did was film Shereé coming downstairs out the bedroom in her pajamas, not ringing his doorbell.
Come on.
the party the other night and y'all supposed to be together. Where was Shereé? She stayed the night at the hotel. Like, give me a break. Then when she came in, you wasn't even familiar with the surroundings because you was like, should I take my shoes off? That's supposed to be your man. You supposed to be his friend female. Okay. So how do you not know already whether you could take the shoes off and where to sit down in the couch? Y'all don't even know how to pretend hug correctly. That whole thing was a hot mess. Okay. And when Martell was sitting there, the body language was saying, I still love Mel, even though out of his mouth, he was trying to claim, like, nah, I ain't in love with her no more. Dude, your body language was like, I still love Mel. We all know it. We feel it. We hear it. We see it. We know what it is. But whatever, Martell, in that fake relationship, that's a whole hot mess, and y'all fooling no one. To me, Carlos, you get an F for trying to orchestrate this fake relationship. They get an F because next time you're going to need to bring in some real producers and tell them how to play that thing off. Because I would have said, no, redo this scene. She not coming from the door. Get her some pajamas. Come from down those steps, okay? And sit on this couch and say, hey, honey, I need to talk to you. But anyway, that's my thoughts. Roy, we'll start up with you.
Okay, so we at the party, right?
Yes.
So we opened up, and Tiffany and Tisha's cousin and Stormy was having a conversation. And I just thought it was very inappropriate for Stormy to try to deal with a situation. Why do they always want to be trying to deal with drama at events? Like, this is an event, this is a time to celebrate Martell. Let's focus on Martell. Why we got to deal with the drama? And then on top of that, not only did you want to focus on the drama, then you wanted to drag Tisha into it. And I'm just so glad that Tisha was mature enough to be like, this ain't the time, this ain't really the place to be having this conversation. Even though she kind of still had the conversation, I feel like she de-escalated what Stormy was trying to do. I feel like Stormy was trying to get something popping, and yet again, hypocrite. Because how you gonna call Tiffany messy, but yet and still, here's another scene where you being messy again. Like, girl, have several seats. And then regarding the comment earlier about Stormy, not listening to, sis about, giving her role model example. There comes a point in your life where sometimes God sends people that you don't even want to deal with. You don't even like them. But he sends them to teach you something that you must know in order to get to the next level of where he has for you. So,
Preach.
Stormy, I need you to get over whatever feelings and thoughts and emotions that you have with this lady, and I need you to let her teach something, because obviously the class was there, and she wants you to know, boo, you can't continue to go like this and think that you're going to be successful. It don't work like that. So
part.
then, Shereé walks us into the building, and I was just like, it's giving side chick. It's giving I was paid for this. It's giving who is this man? And, I'm just, it was just giving I'm here for a job, and that's it. And so, I thought it was very messy of Tiffany to be asking all of these personal questions in such a setting as this. If we had went out to lunch, we kicking in, maybe we could ask these questions. But yet again, why do we have to be being messy at these events? Like, ma'am, what is it any of your business of whether or not she knows if, Martell is still in love with Melanie? Is your husband in love with you? Because I ain't seen Lou most of this season. So, okay. Yeah. So, it just behooved me that you had all of these questions, but when the shoe was on the other foot, okay. And then, as far as that last scene with Martell and Shereé, shame on Carlos. And you know what, Diva? I was watching your video the other day. Shout out to Diva's channel again. Make sure y'all watching her tea times. You did a tea time on Carlos and how the people, are black. What's it called?
Oh, they want him. They did a petition. They want him
the
gone.
petition to get rid of Carlos. And at this point, I'm here for it because, sir, what are you bringing to the TV? You so worried about Bravo and what they got going on over there that your whole show is sinking. Why was Shereé ringing a doorbell to the man that she's supposed to be dating and supposed to
Exactly.
really be into? Who do that?
Who do that?
Why was she not staying at your place?
That part. You got
Can I
me in
go?
a hotel.
Why
You
does she
got
have
me in
to
a
ask you if I
hotel.
got to take off my shoes or not? Is this the first time she been here?
That
It's
part.
giving, I'm paying you to do this, I'm paying you to be here just so that it looks like I'm over male. But we all know, sitting up on this screen, that that man is still in love with, not with just male, but in love with what male could do for him. Male
Mm,
did
Mm-hmm.
everything for that man.
facts.
He couldn't even put this own event together. So it's the confusion, it's the lies, it's the deceit. Carlos, you got to go because you're not focusing on what you really need to focus on. Martell, shame on you. Shereé, stop being slow and stupid, girl. Grow up. Like, we really finna put you on a mental institute bus, honey, and just bust you on off to one of the cells and put you in a straitjacket because, honey, you don't see this man playing you.
I think they're using each other. Is giving fake. Yeah,
What
I
does she
think.
use him for? What does Martell have of any relevancy that's gonna help her grow?
Oh no, I think they're using each other for storylines because Sheree usually doesn't have a storyline. If she wasn't dating dating Martell, what would she have talked about this season on Roa?
Nothing, because she don't want to talk about her real life. She don't want to talk about how her bills are not in her name. Then
That's it.
everybody's family member name
They want to talk about
living in
that
her
bed.
house. She
Come
don't
on,
want to talk
LB.
about that she had a grandbaby and everybody's staying in her house. She don't want to talk about how she's still trying to run Bob down for money because she broke. However, it's giving fakeness. It give
Can I?
fakeness all the way around. But I one thing I can say, she old and cold and dumb.
Plus, she ain't talk about the child that she had at an early age. She kind of
Yeah,
brushed
her
that
oldest
under the
daughter,
rug.
her oldest daughter, she always shamed her.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah.
that's
kind of brushed that
I don't
under the
I don't
rug.
like. Yeah, she did brush that under the rug. Juanita, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, but
Can I?
Okay, first of all, Carlos is messy boots, and while he running behind trying to figure out Andy's business, he need to be handling his own business. Because first of all, with Shereé there at that party, she looked like a deer in headlights.
She did.
She didn't know nobody. She was just like looking all around, trying to see who, what, or where, and it just looked fake. It just looked fake. And then I'm like everybody else with in agreement. Why, if that's my man, I'm not gonna stay at no hotel. I'm gonna be at your house. I'm gonna have my suitcase there. I'm gonna have my robe and my gown and everything else there. So why are
especially
you
when you
ringing the
didn't make
doorbell?
kids.
Right. And so why are you ringing the doorbell? That's just stupid. And well, anyway, y'all know Shereé rode the little short school bus. So, she kind of ditzy too. So anyway,
She
that's
she
all
did-
I
she did see, but you know what though? She held her own in that
went
conversation
now
with
that she
Tiffany.
did. She
She
did.
held her own. I
Cause
was
I
proud
would
of
have
her.
seen her the time when Shereé would have chewed her up and spit her out.
And she did though in a calm way, and I appreciated that because she told us, she said, hold on now, I watched the show, you a cheater too. She held her
Yep. And
own.
she said not only her, but Lou was too. Both of them. She
Yeah,
said
yeah,
both of y'all cheated.
Can I?
that part.
Can I
Um,
go ahead, Diva?
yes, go ahead, Dustin.
I don't. I want Carlos King off the TV. He's not doing a very good job, and they need to get somebody to replace him. I don't like how the show's going downhill this quickly this season. If I don't think I don't think the people are very happy with him, and they better find somebody else, or they're not going to have a show very much longer. I'm not happy with it at all.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
it's
not. I don't like how they like in the middle of the season they have a finale and then they finish the rest of it. The rest of the I just like have one great big long season and finish
and
it off
finish
at
it
the
off.
end
Yeah, I
instead
agree.
of cutting it off in the middle of it. I don't like that kind of stuff.
Right. I think he thought he came on to something with that idea, but I don't like it at all, because what ends up happening is we hear about all the shenanigans.
They put you on a cliffhanger. I call it. They you almost suspect it. You know, they put you on a cliffhanger and you have to wait all this time. I don't like it that way. I like it when they have a great big long season. And they finish it off, just like Bravo. And he better leave Andy Cohen alone, because he might get kicked off of there before you know it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
You know what? They might as well give Stormy a big old spoon, because she is a potster. The way they were talking, and then she said, well, let me go get Tisha. Let me go get Tisha. And she's trying to bring all that mess. Nah. And Tiffany is too. But when she was talking to Tisha, I will give her, she did ask a really important question, which was, how are you going to be the majority owner and not have an office? I did think that was a pretty good question. But as far as that whole mess with Kiki and them, that was a mess. Yeah, it was a hot mess. The picture that Martell had for the magazine, he looked a little weird. You know,
they over airbrushed it.
Yeah, for sure. I think he could have done a way better picture. And then let me get to Shereé, because you know what? She on 2 networks. She's clocked in. She's winning. Maybe not in the dating department, but and other than that, I love Shereé, you guys. She's hilarious. And that conversation, I did not appreciate that conversation with Tiffany, because I get she's Mel's friend. So I get the nature of some of the questions. But the way they were coming across, like, I don't know you. You know, it's the first time I met you. And I will say that last question was a little distasteful. I would even say a little vulgar, when she said, you dropping it like it's hot, like is your pee, like you, like that was, I did not like that. That was way too much. But yeah, you know, Shereé is an OG in the reality games, reality TV show, so she knows how to have a little confrontation. She definitely, I think, did a good job by telling Tiffany, you cheated too. So yeah, but other than that, I felt bad for Shereé when she didn't know what to do, where to look, who to talk to. So I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a mess. E, what are your thoughts?
All right, this is the scene I wanted to talk about. So, someone mentioned when I first joined that Shereé and Martell's physical interact, and I don't remember who said it, forgive me, but they said the physical interaction between those two feel forced. I think we have to remember neither of these two people are romantic. Shereé, she's not soft. She doesn't enjoy poetry or listen to Sade. No ordinary love. That's not Shereé. Shereé is not affectionate. When is the last time we saw Shereé be soft like Lavender? I never even saw her kiss or hug her own kids after all the years she's been on TV and we watched them grow up. That's not her love language. Shereé is very emotionally introverted and nothing can come out and she won't let anyone in. We know that already. Martell too. He is not romantic either. He doesn't even like to talk freaky. Y'all remember that? Like, it was last season. They had their guys trip to Atlanta, and they went to the strip club, and some stripper was dancing on him, and all he could say was, "You gonna let me get that?" Like, please, Martell is so lame. Like his love making technique, from what I have observed, this is just my opinion. He's very technical and he's selfish in the bedroom. That's what I see. So both he and Shereé are attention whores, so we got that understood. And they both like for people to spend their money on them, and they like the cupcake on the phone. They're not compatible because they're too much alike in that way. Stevie Wonder could see. So it's going to feel forced when we see them on camera and they're trying to sell this laughter and hugging and kissing each other, because they don't even act that way with their own mothers or their children. They're faking for the camera. It's not natural. Knock it off. Now, number 2, Shereé versus Tiffany. Tiffany cleared Shereé, and I don't care what y'all say. Welcome to Huntsville, baby. Queen Tiffany asked all the questions that the fans wanted to know. And Shereé lied. Shereé lied like her name was Marcel Scott. She lied. She said, I don't think Martell has any feelings for Mel based off of the conversations we've had about her. So let me get this straight. You and Martell sit on the phone and talk about Mel and how he feels about her. Like, to me, that's a huge red flag. Shereé, let me have a word with you. Melody 1, Shereé 0. You're making Atlanta look bad, Shereé. Go home, Shereé. The best Shereé could do in that little segment was when she said, Tiffany, you cheated too. Shereé got to come back. Let me have another word with you. Tiffany is a married woman. She's a married woman. You're talking about something that happened so many years ago. Remember the word. I have swept away your offenses like a cloud. Your sins like the morning mist. Return to me, for I have redeemed you. Shereé, go home. You're on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Had Tiffany brought up that episode of Fix My Life with Iyanla and you sitting outside Neverland with the dirt and grass, okay, you would have been highly embarrassed. Don't bring up Tiffany's past when she's asking you about the present. That's the difference. You're in Tiffany's house. Respect the queen. People in the comments who were saying that, oh, Shereé, she went easy on Tiffany and she proved why she's the OG. I didn't see that. All Shereé did was show her hand and she let Melody know. Me and Martell been talking about you. Shereé sat up on that sofa and she let Martell play in her face. Oh, I don't love Mel. I don't have no feelings for her. Shereé sat just there, just as sure as your name is Diva, and said, well, if Martell wouldn't have cared about Mel getting home, I would look at him differently. No, the hell you wouldn't, Shereé. No, you would not. Shereé is lying. I stand with Tiffany, and I really want people on this cast to stop saying, oh, well, Tiffany's pregnant and I'm so concerned, because I think that was Kimmi who said, well, Kimmi was so, she said, we know Shereé to snatch a few wigs. If you were that concerned about this pregnant woman, why you didn't go over there? Like, I'm so tired of them using it. They know ain't nobody going to do nothing to Tiffany. And I feel like Tiffany is doing the work that needs to be done, asking the tough questions. Ask the tough questions. Tiffany is the queen to me. I loved it every minute.
You said Tiffany's the past is washed or whatever, but she's the one that brought up Martell's past.
The Bible said it was. That was God. That's above me. It's above me now.
Okay, well then that applies to Martell as well. That's what Shereé was trying to correlate. Like, you could be forgiven, so can Martell.
He can be, but almost. See how Tiffany moved on from that ex? We have to look at what Martell has. He moved on from Melody? That's not what I see. They were just in court. We just saw his mistress posting pictures of his daughter. How dare you? Martell is being messy. He's still trying to keep Melody latched on. Y'all know I'm not a male fan, but Stevie Wonder could see. Martell is trying to he's trying to provoke an emotional response for Melody, because that gives him a high, because he doesn't have it within himself. Martell can be redeemed. He can be redeemed once he becomes a better father to his children and a better co-parenting partner to his ex-wife. Then let the redeemed say so.
Can I say something, E?
Go ahead, Dustin.
I don't think I agree with E what she just said. I don't think that it's gonna go as planned with all of that. I think it's gonna go the way she just said it all. I agree with what she just said.
Yeah.
Thank you, husband.
Carrie, what are your thoughts? But before that, Shereé said, I beg to differ when it comes to Tiffany. Tiffany's asking questions that absolutely none of her business. She doesn't want anyone in her personal business.
It
so
don't make any
period.
It don't make any sense why she's asking all these questions. It just doesn't.
Well, Tiffany's asking the questions that I want to know, because I wasn't invited. So Tiffany's living vicariously.
You already knew the answers to those questions.
Tiffany's living I'm living vicariously through Tiffany, and I say, Tiffany, rock on, sister.
But we knew the answers to those questions already, so.
Yeah, but I still wanted to see it.
Oh, okay. You're good TV. Okay, I get that. I mean, I'm with you when you're right. Okay.
Yeah, because I want to see Shereé squirm with her lion self. # watch me date these dumb dudes.
Right? She did lie.
I'm going to mute myself.
You pointed that out. She did lie, because she said she never seen the show before. But now she said, oh, yeah, I seen the show. So if you go back, That was two. That was when
That's
she
right.
first got on. So Shereé been looking at the show.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes, she
yeah.
has. Okay,
I,
Carrie,
I,
it's
I
your
think the
turn. Go
only
ahead.
interesting thing about the event, like I already said, was the little back and forth banter between Tiffany and Sheree, the conversation or almost, squabble between who was it? Stormy, Tisha, and Tiffany. That's a common occurrence. I think somebody already brought that up. That's just what they always do. We know that every event that they have, somebody's gonna bring up or bring back to the group what somebody has said about the other person. It's a whole bunch of he said, she said. So it's just a bunch of the same. And I'm tired.
It
And
gets tiring after a while.
As far as Martell and Shereé, that's another topic. I'm going on mute.
Okay. Okay, LB, I'm coming to
Okay,
you.
so y'all know I gotta be. I have to come with a different perspective. One, they had Shereé looking like the dog. I mean, the doggy in the window. She was all off. But my thing was this: when she ran to the stage. And Martell came off that sucker. She tried to kiss him. It didn't work. He was more uh happy to see some man and called him honey. I was like, oh, hold on. Martell being a light switch out in these streets. I caught that. I was like, oh, he was so much happy to see the guy than to be with Shereé and everything. So I was like, that was a little odd. But I did like the scene between Tiffany and Shereé. But something that caught me, my little, because I'm always watching everything. So when Shereé came in the house, I remember he said, "Oh, did you eat something?" She said, "I had coffee." He said, "Yeah, I had cream early this morning." So I'm like, So that indicated somebody was still at the house. That's why he felt, to me, the tension was off. And she was like, "Oh, you want me to take off my shoes or whatever?" And he on one side and she like on the other, and you could see she tried to get close and he like screwed it over a little bit more. He wanted to like jump off the edge of the
Of
couch.
course he
I'm like,
did.
I'm like,
That's what
okay,
made
is
him mad.
somebody upstairs? But she's like, no, I'm not into male. He was just all off. The whole thing was just off to me. And I'm like, okay. No, it didn't. To me, it wasn't a good scene with none of that due to the fact everything fell flat. Shereé got left looking like she's dumb. Martell, that's about his third party throwing for a magazine and him having a birthday party. I'm like, how many times you gonna throw a party for a magazine that's been out? Ain't nothing re-edited. So no, it was giving too much lack of, and yeah, I was over that. But yeah, I called a couple of little things. I was like, ooh, Martell just he for the streets.
He for the streets, and he's not playing off this relationship well at all. They did better when they went to Ross's party on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. In my opinion, you're up.
Okay, so okay. Ooh, this the part that got me. Let me tell you something. First of all, Martell don't love anybody. And if y'all think for 1 minute he loved Mel, he don't. He loved the control that he had over Mel. He loved that Mel did everything for him. That's not love, okay? So no, he don't love that woman just like he don't love Shereé. This was a business contract that they cooked up, and I'm pretty sure Carlos King was on the inside of this, okay? Somehow, some way he was on it. Okay, and for the record, let me tell you something. First of all, Tiffany, you need to be worried about your husband, okay, and what he doing, because word on the street is he got three side pieces. So you need to be worried about him, okay,
Oh,
and quit
no,
asking the questions that you don't need to ask,
no,
okay.
no. Have a heart. Have a heart.
And Tiffany, let me tell you something. Here's my thing, okay? You was the one sitting here last season having to beg and beg for that baby that you got in your stomach. I suggest you stop getting up in everybody's face trying to ask the questions that you have no right to know, okay? Before somebody pop that baby on out of there.
Oh, no. Have a heart. Have a heart.
My heart left the minute she started asking personal questions about somebody's sex life. Like that is out of line and out of
Yep.
pocket. And if you can't be mature enough, woman enough to carry yourself in a respectful manner when you out in public, then you should be told off at all times. Okay. And let me tell you something, Shereé, I need you to stop. Okay, because we done seen you beg, borrow, and steal every man that you done had. Okay, and then you had the jailbird Tyrone that you waited 3 years for him to get out, only for him to ghost you. Like, if this is your track record, baby, I'm gonna need you to go to some kind of school and get you some therapy so you know how to pick them. Because a man that wants you is gonna show you he wants you in
That's
every
right.
way.
Yes, he's supposed to do the chasing. That's right, in my opinion. Keep
Ooh,
going. Keep
Yeah, but
going.
let's stop saying Martell want Mel. He wants the illusion of what Mel did for him. He don't want Mel because if he wanted her, he wouldn't have treated her like he wanted her. He didn't want her. He wanted the illusion that she gave to him. So let's stop doing that. He don't want her. He want to dog her out like he been doing, and we're not gonna do that.
But
Okay, he needs to go get some counseling and some therapy to find out why he's like he is, and it's probably because of his sorry ass mama. But that's for another story.
Yeah.
in my opinion, can I ask you one thing? Because I know you're a mom and I know how passionate you are about your kids. I mean, can we have some
I am. I'm a mom of 5 boys and 1 girl.
can we have some compassion for Tiffany because it's
I
hard
sure
being
can't. No,
a,
ma'am, I
a
can't.
new a
Because
new
let me tell
mom?
you, first of all, you wouldn't have went to no service like this, no banquet, no whatever. You wouldn't have went there asking about nobody who was dropping it like it was hot and who was getting it good and all that. You wouldn't ask none of them questions. You wouldn't ask, but how does it feel to be with a cheater? You would not have done that because you're a real woman. And you
That's right.
carry yourself like a real woman.
That's
So
right.
no, I'm gonna need Tiffany to get some manners. Just like we told Stormy she needs some manners. Tiffany needs some manners.
Tiffany, I
And
know I
another
can help
thing,
you. Tiffany.
opinion. Tiffany made a little ageist comment at the end. Did y'all
yes,
hear?
she
She was like,
did.
"I guess Martell
Ooh,
wanted a woman that was closer in age to his mom." That was
yes, she
mean.
did.
No, that was shade because she felt like she didn't get enough. But that's all right. Let me tell you something, Tiffany. I'm telling you, you better keep your pants you better keep your
Hmm.
pants tight
Well,
real
well,
quick
guys, have a
because
good night. I
you ain't
gotta
gonna
lay
want
down and go to work.
business put out there.
But in my opinion, can we me and you can we ride to Huntsville and find these three women? We need to de-escalate this
I'm an
situation
hour
with
away,
Tiffany.
baby. I'm an hour away any day.
But we gotta have a heart for Tiffany because this is hard. Postpartum, my God.
Let me tell you, first of all, Tiffany is a mother. Okay, I need
Yes.
a mother to know better. Okay, because how are you gonna train your boys?
Ooh.
Well, that's facts. That's facts. Savannah, you're in the building. What are your thoughts?
Well, I honestly don't know how to follow up on that, but to say that 20 on gas, I don't know how to follow up on that, but to say I completely agree with, in my opinion, uh, the show is just sad. It is just completely sad. Um, and I agree completely with everything that in my opinion, has said. Um, and I have $20 on that tank of gas because I travel into Huntsville quite often for work, and I know that there is black excellence in that town, and this just is not it. This is not it. It is just completely sad what I see on this show, and this is not it. So
I,
thank you, in my opinion.
yeah,
You have exactly what I was going to say. So yeah,
you dropped the mic. You dropped the mic.
yeah, you did. Everything. You have left me speechless. You have absolutely left me speechless.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But Savannah,
she dropped the
Yes,
mic.
ma'am.
but Savannah, hi, this is E. You don't feel so sad that Tiffany would be having to endure all of this as a pregnant lady?
No, ma'am, because she should. It is not her place to that is not her business to approach. That is not her relationship to to Mel is Martell is not Melanie's problem anymore. That is not her man. So why is she checking? Um, what is her name? Sheree. What is her name?
Her name
Sheree.
Sharice.
Whatever.
It's
Whatever her
Sharice.
name is.
Hey,
Sheree.
E.
Sheree.
So let me ask you something. If she had asked that lady, could she see her vagina to see if it was really that? Like, would that be inappropriate? Because
Yeah.
that's all what she said.
Well, yes, I do think it would be inappropriate, but I think it was the baby talking. You know how we are when we're pregnant and we have
No. That's
hormones.
No, your baby don't do that. Okay, your baby tell you to go get
no.
you a piece of fish or some chicken or something, but your baby don't tell you that. Okay, now I done had six of them.
So
I'm sorry.
let's drill
Your
this
baby
in
ain't
for
never
all
told
the
me to go get in somebody's business. Okay, I don't need to know what's going on down there in your
Mm-mm.
private area.
yeah. Let's let's
No.
let's let's drill this in because in my opinion you did the darn thing. I'm just really shocked that Tiffany, and I did forget, she sure did age shame Shereé, and I don't think it was any need for that, right? It was just too much. It's like, oh, he wanted to a female closer to Miss Marlene age, his mother. So listen, guys, I don't know what's going on with reality TV, but I think it's definitely going in a direction that the viewers that view those particular shows are not going to tolerate much longer. So I'm going to need Carlos King to kind of get himself together and mind his own business and stop being putting so much energy into everything Bravo. Okay. So with that being said, I want to do a round robin. We're about to close this thing out.
Uh,
I do not. Oh, go ahead, Dustin. Did you want to say something?
yes, I agree with you 100%, David. I do not like where these networks are going. They're going way too far, or way too fast. They need they need to get it taken care of, or they're going to lose a lot of the viewership.
They are and it's sad because I want to see that the whole cast win. I want them to make their money. I want Carlos King to win, but he has to want to win too. Bianca, I'm getting ready to close out, but I always pin it all the way to the top. The link. That's your sure. And Bell Collective, y'all, I'm gonna have to catch up on it. I'm leaving for vacation Monday. I come back a week later or something like that. I'm going to see if maybe I can catch up while I'm on vacation. I have some downtime. We'll see if
Diva,
I can catch up on Bell Collective. I will. Yes, E.
I had this epiphany because I know we have a lot of spiritual people in the chat, and what came to me is, what if Tiffany was asking Shereé all those questions because she was trying to plant the seed in Sheree's head to wake up? You know, this could have been a warning sign. Tiffany, that probably was tough love. Tiffany probably adored Shereé, but she just wanted her to understand
E,
what
you
she was
going to stop. You know I
thinking.
love you, E,
I
but you
love
stop.
Eve.
You're
I
going to stop.
love Eve. I
You're going to
swear I
stop.
love her.
Tonight usually you win it. Tonight you lost this one. I'm going to be dreaming about the combos by, in my opinion, Gabe, hilarious. Okay, so listen, we're going to go around, close this thing out. What is your advice to Carlos King is going to be our closeout question. Savannah, I'm starting with you. What advice would you give Carlos King, and what advice would you give Stormy?
I really need Stormy to get off of reality TV and focus on her business, and because she's not made for reality TV. I think she is a smart young businesswoman, but I need her to focus on that, and because she's too sensitive. And I don't watch the show. I just catch little snippets of it. I actually stopped watching reality TV, um, and I actually started watching real reality TV, which is Young. I started watching that one show, Young. I think it's called Young, Rich and African.
That's a
I
good show.
absolutely love that show.
That is,
I've seen that one. That is a really really good show.
yes, it is.
Um, and and um, and some other foreign shows that I really started. Uh, I implore Carlos King to start watching those shows and see where viewers are starting to flock to foreign TV because Roa, and I'm not gonna watch Potomac or they're losing viewers because these shows are not they're not it. So
They run its course. They run its
yeah,
course.
they're on this course. They absolutely run this course. They're staged, and so I really implore Stormy to focus on her business and get off of reality TV.
Yeah, I thank you for that. I like that. Simply B, thank you for coming in the building. We're closing out. What would be your advice to Carlos King and Stormy?
Um, Pretty much the same. Just like she said, it's run its course. I think Carlos has his hands in too many things, and I think he's like the jack of all trades, but he's not a master of anything. If that makes sense.
Yes,
Like
yes.
just focus on one or two projects at a time. And I think he's busy competing with Bravo is the reason why he's kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
And Stormy and I are from the same hometown. My cousin was actually friends with her.
Okay.
So I don't really know too much about Stormy, but I do know from school like her dream and like when she had her shed and her family built the place in front of the house for them to do her hair and all that stuff. So I know her products and stuff do work. And I know her story and I know how she built everything from the ground up. I just never thought that it would be to this magnitude. I don't even think she thought it would be to this magnitude. But I also think that if she wants to save it, she's gonna have to reel back some and like focus on her business and making sure that her dream doesn't go by the wayside.
Simply B, you said a good word right there because I think where Stormy is stuck is she didn't realize that it was going to get to where it is today. We need to catch up to where her to catch up to where she's at because I want to see this girl continue to win. And she's a success story. And I don't
definitely
want
is.
it to fall apart because yes, she has a very good, an amazing story. A story that could actually be made for TV. She's like that. You know what I watched? What's the darn girl? The one that came with the pressing comb from back in the day. They did a TV movie
Madam
on
CJ Walker?
that part. This girl is like the next Madam CJ Walker with her story. Don't lose it, Stormy. Come on. We're rooting for you.
And she's putting a small hometown like where we're from in Mississippi. A lot of people don't even know where that's at. So she's putting that on the map. She just got to go about doing it the right way. Like I got out too, but I got out because I went, to the military and I lived somewhere different. But most of us didn't have a dream. We had to join the military. We had to get a scholarship to get out. She got out from a dream that was hers and turned it into a multi-million-dollar company. You know what I mean? So, like, we're all proud of her. I just think she's kind of caught up in what's going on versus just like living in the moment and focusing on why she's really there. And it's not to be messy, it's to make sure she's branding her business to make it even go to the next level.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you. I appreciate your words. Emmanuel, what are we doing with Carlos King? What are you going to say to Stormy?
Ooh, Carlos King. I mean, honestly, I don't even know because, like, fun fact, did y'all know that, like, reality TV kind of started popping off because there was a writer's strike and now there's another one? So that's definitely interesting. But yeah, the entire reality TV genre is, I don't know. Honestly, they need to work on it. As far as Stormy, if you're listening, don't expect to see a change if you don't make one. You gotta be willing to change your approach so that you'll see change in your results. The goal is to keep on growing, and I hope you do. And it's more about the cussing, like it's about more than that. It's about the overall picture. That's just part of it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Honestly, the show, I'll still watch it, but it is becoming a little bit boring. Like whatever. But yeah.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Yes, and Dadon, thank you so much for the super chat. He said, "Hey, everybody, I'll be back after the playoffs. Enjoy your playoffs. We miss you." So yeah, thank you, Emmanuel. Dustin, what do you want to say to Carlos King and to Stormy?
Carlos King needs to get off the TV, and that's all I'm going to say.
All right, thank you. In my opinion, Carlos King and Stormy, what would you like to say?
Okay, well, so let me tell you first, Carlos, Keep your attention focused entirely on what's truly your own concern. And be clear that what belongs to others and their business is none of yours. Okay. So stop talking about Bravo. Okay. You're on own. Let's focus on that first. Okay. To my girl Stormy. Okay. Let me tell you something, baby. You're not gonna win this way. We want you to win. As a sister, I need you to listen, honey, and hear me clearly. Okay. You already have the right ingredients for success. All you need to do is get up, put on your big girl drawers, find you somebody that can help you get to the next level. Because right now you at a plateau and you're not gonna get no further than that plateau if you don't get the right people in your pocket. And to Miss Tiffany, mind the business that pays you because you got a lot of kid skeletons in your.
Did I lose everybody?
No, I think she went off.
No, I think she
All right.
dropped off.
Yeah, I think we lost her. Am
Hello,
I?
can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there she
I
is.
can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, Tiffany need to dust around her own front door before she try to dust around somebody else's. Okay, so clear that pathway. Okay, and let me tell you, and this one is for Tisha. Okay, Tisha, y'all doing big things. I've already seen it. I saw what y'all doing up there in Huntsville, and it's good. But you got to make that man respect you. And in order to get respect, you're going to have to demand it because that man is pig-headed. You're going to have to demand your respect. And don't settle for nothing less than whatever is required by you.
All right. Boom. Okay. E, your final thoughts?
To Carlos, I think that there's Zeus Network, for those of you who don't know. On their website, they have a option. Oh my gosh, I just hit my tooth. I'm sorry, y'all. I had my braces tightened earlier. They have a link on their website where you can submit content or pilots for certain shows or what have you. And you can either finance it yourself or you can submit it for approval and, kind of get your show on the air and get it on Zeus Network. And so, Diva, when you ask what would be our advice to Carlos, because I want us to be clear. What Carlos is doing is what he's always done. And basically, he's exploiting this oversaturated market with more of the same. We already have shows surrounding couples. This was supposed to be about real estate. They don't talk about real estate. The bulk of their content is about cheating. So my advice to Carlos is to be more innovative. Stop using this recycled roll-up format and give us something new. You're on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Why aren't you showcasing intellectual and thought-provoking talent? Like all the Black girls now are hosting talk shows on Fox, NBC, ABC, BET. Like, where is the next Black talk show host on the OWN network? Where is our next Oprah? Why don't they pitch something to Angela Bassett or Viola Davis? Why don't they have a show over there? Like, that's what the audience is looking for. That's Oprah's lane. Carlos, you're a member of the LGBTQ community. Why didn't you bring the Karamo show over there to OWN network? I mean, come on, you bring your people, put them on and showcase that community in a positive light. It seems like, again, this Love and Marriage Huntsville was just a ripoff of the Raw format, and he's given the middle finger to Bravo. Give us something new. So, I mean, scripted television, I missed that. Like, where the Lifetime movies on OWN, like all Black cast, all Black cameramen, like create a Black soap opera, like All My Children or Days of Our Lives, anything. Get you some Black writers from online. Do you know how many millennial Black graduates, or not even millennials, there are some older people who never even followed their dreams, who are looking for a second chance, who can write real stories, tell real stories. Like, give us a Black round table like The View, discussing politics and relationships. There's so much room to be creative, especially with Carlos, because he has his own production company. So I expect him to have 90% of his cast to be Black, from the cameraman to the writers. And I hope he hears this and he sleeps on it and tap into these unused resources within our community, because social media is powerful. And I'm sure if he solicited, like Zeus does, people to submit their content ideas, but whoever submits to Carlos, make sure you copyright it first. I don't want him to steal from you like you did Candy Burris. But please, accept content from other people and put our untold stories on the spotlight on the OWN network. Give us something new. That's my tip.
Thank you, E.
I agree with you, E, 110%. That's what
Yeah,
they need
because
to do.
Greenleaf I love Greenleaf, and that was on the OWN network.
Yeah, they need to do better. And Queen Sugar, I love too. Really well and great shows on both were canceled because if people aren't watching these shows, they're watching this reality mess. It's a whole another story. Ray, your final thoughts? Did we lose Ray? Ray might have had to go away. Listen, guys, Viacom owns the channel, and he got the green light from them to do so. Oprah sold the channel. She did. I did hear that too. All right.
Wait, Diva. Somebody took my show away in the comments. They said Greenleaf. Greenleaf was an amazing show. Where's my next Greenleaf?
She sold the network to Discovery. Discovery needs to do something about it.
Yeah, love those shows too. Listen, guys, it was a great recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I will not be here next Tuesday to do the recap because I don't know if I can do it from where I'm at in vacation. It depends. We're going to see. I'm going to see how it works out. But I'll be going from next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think I come back Sunday night. But I will be dropping videos. I will be doing stuff. And we still have the rest of this week. And we got a lot of stuff to catch up on. We got to do the last episode of Dear Mama. You got to do the last episode of Dear Mama. I got to do my book recap. We got things to do. But I'll see you tomorrow night for trending topics. Yes, go ahead.
You're still doing the book club on Saturday?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yep. Thank you, everyone. That's right. Choo choo. And I hope y'all really got your ticket and y'all didn't jump on this train for free. I'll see y'all tomorrow night for trending topics. Have a good one, everybody. Bye. Last stop. Thank you.
Bye.